A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant diplomatic effort aimed at mitigating the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, negotiators from the United States and Russia have convened in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. This meeting follows recent discussions between US and Ukrainian delegations and is part of a broader initiative led by President Donald Trump to achieve a lasting peace agreement. The talks, which commenced on Monday morning, are focused on establishing a ceasefire in Ukraine, particularly concerning maritime operations in the Black Sea, as well as addressing the resumption of the Black Sea grain deal and the protection of energy and civilian infrastructure. The Russian delegation is being led by Sergei Beseda, a seasoned operative from the Federal Security Service, FSB, alongside diplomat Grigory Karasin, who has held prominent positions in Russia's foreign ministry. On the U.S. side, Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff is optimistic about the potential outcomes of these discussions, suggesting that they could lead to a comprehensive ceasefire agreement. "I think you're going to see in Saudi Arabia some real progress, particularly regarding a Black Sea ceasefire on ships between both countries," Witkoff stated in a recent interview. However, the Kremlin has tempered expectations for the talks. Dmitry Peskov, spokesperson for the Russian government, emphasized that the negotiations are still in their early stages and that significant challenges lie ahead. This cautious approach reflects the complexities of the situation, as both sides have differing views on what a ceasefire would entail. The backdrop of these talks is a series of attacks carried out by Russia across Ukraine, including strikes in Kyiv that resulted in civilian casualties. Furthermore, Ukraine faced a significant cyber attack on its state railway operator, highlighting the ongoing volatility in the region. During the previous round of discussions between US and Ukrainian representatives, Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov described the talks as productive, focusing on the safeguarding of critical infrastructure. However, the specifics of what infrastructure would be protected remain ambiguous, with both nations presenting contrasting interpretations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has reiterated the necessity for tangible actions from Russian President Vladimir Putin to halt hostilities. In his nightly address, he remarked, "No matter what we say to our partners today, we need to get Putin to give a real order to stop the strikes. Whoever brought this war must take it back." As the US-Russia talks unfold, key topics on the agenda include the potential for a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea, which would allow for the safe passage of ships carrying grain and other goods. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz has indicated that discussions will also cover the line of control between the two countries, verification mechanisms, and peacekeeping arrangements. The Kremlin has signaled that the resumption of the 2022 Black Sea grain deal will be a primary focus. Peskov stated that negotiators are prepared to discuss the nuances surrounding this critical issue, which was previously suspended by Russia amid complaints about Western sanctions hindering its agricultural exports. While the U.S. has proposed various plans for temporary ceasefires, the reality on the ground remains tense, with ongoing cross-border attacks complicating the situation. The negotiations are occurring in the context of heightened diplomatic activity from the Trump administration, which is eager to broker a peace deal that could end the three-year conflict. In recent weeks, both Putin and Zelensky reached a limited agreement to refrain from attacking energy infrastructure in each other's territories for a specified period. However, the lack of a comprehensive ceasefire agreement remains a sticking point, with both sides accusing one another of violating the terms of previous agreements. The talks in Riyadh are not only significant for the immediate crisis in Ukraine, but also reflect broader geopolitical dynamics. European leaders have expressed concerns over the implications of a US-led peace initiative that excludes their input, particularly in light of the historical context of Russian aggression in Europe. Prime Minister Keir Starmer of the UK has proposed a coalition of European nations to facilitate peace terms, but US officials have dismissed these plans as impractical. As the negotiations continue, the international community watches closely, hoping for a breakthrough that could bring an end to the hostilities and restore stability to the region. The outcome of these discussions will likely have far-reaching implications for both the future of Ukraine and the geopolitical landscape in Europe. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.